Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Kentucky Peerless Distilling Company. It is in Louisville, Kentucky. And why are we here? We are here to catch up with this young man, Caleb Kilburn. He is known as the youngest master distiller in the country. 28 years old, Caleb Kilburn, from Bath County, Kentucky. Went to Bath County High School, right?
Yep, that's home.
That is home to you. And home now is this distillery, beautiful distillery here at Kentucky Peerless. How did you end up here? How did you end up being the youngest master distiller?
Well, I mean, it all started with fascination. When I was in college, I fell in love with the science of making whiskey long before I even developed a palate for it. So I started going out and shadowing it. Anyone in the industry who was willing to let me tag along and really just see what they were doing. And I was able to work my way into several apprenticeships, and it was just one thing after another. Next thing I know, some of my teachers were playing matchmaker and hooked me up with Carson and Corky, who are the family ownership behind Peerless.
Okay, tell us about Kentucky Peerless and how you just said how you ended up here, but how you've continued to grow, because you started out as just a lead distiller, and then suddenly you become the master last year, right?
Well, as far as talking about master distillers, like I grew up, my heroes were master distillers. When I was when other kids were looking at different NFL stars or things like that, I was looking at Jimmy Russell and the Nose and people like that.
Right.
So I had a huge amount of respect for the title master distiller. So when Carson and Corky approached me about being their main guy, I was very upfront that we're not going to say I'm a master distiller. So I started off with distiller, and then once I was kind of the one in charge of production here, it was lead distiller or head distiller. And then actually this past Christmas party, they after Peerless had just shot up the ranks, everybody had became kind of aware of the brand. It was presented to me with the title.
Pretty cool Christmas gift, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's actually imprinted on a big stainless steel sign that's out in the retail shop above my lab.
So what does a 28-year-old master distiller do here?
Well, really, as a master distiller, regardless of age, you're in charge of product, starting with grain all the way to the bottle. And a little bit of marketing, things outside of that, such as this interview.
Right.
But yeah, primarily my focus is on making the best product I can with the team that we have.
What all does Kentucky Peerless Distilling, what all comes out of this warehouse here?
So currently we are making bourbon and rye whiskey. We've actually been celebrated on both accounts. We're going to use a lot of really innovative practices here that aren't necessarily industry norms, things such as sweet mashing, a low barrel entry proof, serving everything at bottle strength, things that aren't necessarily cost effective, but they're going to help us as far as making the best product we can. So that's really been Peerless's hallmark, is creating a product that is, well, peerless.
Well, you are being celebrated across the country as well. There's articles, there's interviews going on everywhere. Coming up at 4:50, we'll talk more about that. And if you're interested in getting more info on Kentucky Peerless, you can check them out online or head here to Louisville. Well, do you give tours too? You got other people for that, don't you, Master Distiller?
Hey, it's a team effort.
That's
Everyone
right.
here, I have to say, this is one of the most passionate crews you're ever going to find. So
good answer, and it is a beautiful place. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about with Caleb Kilburn. Back to you guys.